Hey guys, how's it going? It is my different username here, and today I finally get to be bringing you another Battlefield weapon, except this time it's actually not from Battlefield 4, but it is from the new Battlefield Hardline game coming soon. So here it is, the LEGO Sawed-Off Shotgun. So the sawed-off shotgun is basically a configurement of a normal double barrel shotgun that has been shortened in length to make it probably easier to run around and store in places. But what's really cool about it is the fact that it is actually a pretty famous icon to see a shotgun sawn off. You see it a lot in TV shows and movies and stuff like that, and it's actually pretty cool to see it in something like a game like this where it's in an urban environment. Even though this is a pretty short gun, it actually does have a lot of details to it, going from the lever, the two barrels, the wooden grip, the brake action, and even the dual triggers that are actually on it, which is probably the coolest feature in my opinion. I've actually never made two triggers, and I'm going to be talking more about them later in the video. Here is the lever that would actually unhinge the barrels from the actual gun itself, but because of the fact that I couldn't get it to actually work, how I would normally break it open is just by simply pushing down on the barrels. And it's pretty cool because I actually made a mechanism where it can properly lock down and everything, and it doesn't matter anyway with the fact that it doesn't have a working lever. In the game you can actually see that the character doesn't really use the lever, but instead he actually grabs the barrel and just breaks it open. It's really simple, and it at least made it easier for me to make a certain kind of mechanism for it instead of having to make a working lever, which is, by the way, very difficult. Remember those dual triggers I was talking about? Well, it's pretty cool. I actually did make two triggers for this shotgun, which is the first. But anyway, it's also really nice because they actually individually work. And how you would actually shoot a shotgun like this is pretty simple. You would pull one trigger, then reach your finger over to pull the other one, firing both barrels. Not at the same time, but I'm pretty sure if you did have a way to actually pull both the triggers at the same time, you could. But you can't really do that in game, so that's why I didn't do that in the video. It was actually pretty disappointing to see the game not have two different animations when it came to reloading this gun. You know, there is the simple fire both shells and then reload both them, but what about the situations where you only fire off one shell and you only have to reload the one shell? I thought it would have actually been pretty cool if they added another animation to the gun if only one shell was fired off. It would make it pretty cool and seem a little more realistic, which is basically what Battlefield tries to do. And another thing about the reloading in the game is the fact that I'm not as skilled as the actual player in the game to load in both shells with just my hand at the exact same time. So I actually did make a little speed loader for this gun, which was pretty cool to do. You take something really simple as just a few studs, you barely put the shotgun shells on so they don't stick on too much, and you slide them in very easily. You just press them off, and just like that, you have loaded a shotgun in quicker time than you normally would have doing them both individually. Something very peculiar I found about the gun was the fact that even though it claims to be a sawed-off shotgun, which you can tell because of the shorter barrels and the fact that it has no stock, was the fact that the front sight was literally at the end of the supposedly sawed-off barrels, which doesn't make sense because if you actually seen a real-life sawed-off shotgun, you can tell that the sight was cut off because it was on the other side of the barrels that were cut off the gun. So it wouldn't really make sense to see it on the gun. Now, there could have been mods done to it, but I'm not really sure if that's even a thing. But all I know is I'm just used to seeing a lot of sawed-off shotguns with no front sights on it, making this look a little weird to me. So in conclusion, all I can really say about the sawed-off shotgun is that it is a powerful weapon to use in Battlefield Hardline. I've seen this thing take down enemies in 1 to 2 shots, which is just perfect, and I've even seen it kill people in groups of 3 and 4. It's just an amazing weapon to use in the game. So now let's test out its power and shoot this thing in LEGO form. So subscribe for more Battlefield Hardline weapons, like, favorite, and comment if you have enjoyed. And if you guys are interested in seeing my interview with Beyond the Brick, you can actually click the link in the description below or the annotation on the screen at the end of the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and as always, thanks for watching.